Hello class, hello Mr. Story. This is Alberto Montes for Java 2 Week 3. Um, Very challenging. I haven't slept much. As you can see, I have some stuff in here I need to get rid of. But anyway, on the start of my app, we come to a blank screen because my list is here, but it's not empty. So if we hit the add button, we can enter name, last name, relation. We'll say he's my son. And we add that person, takes us back to the list view, populates. Let's add another person. We'll put my mother. Then from here, we can click on one of the cells and we populate our detail view. And everything's using fragments for the user interface, which I'll show you later. But here's our 3 points of info. Then we have two options, share or delete. If we go back, you'll see it takes us right back to our list. Everything's still there. So I'll just show you share. We use an implicit intent. It takes us to messaging, and we have our default text right here, and we can send that to whoever we want to. Close that. AVD has been very slow. Then we also have delete. When we hit that, it will show the dynamic changes, and I'll show you how I achieve that in my code. One last thing, I'll show you that the data is persistent. It's being saved to a local file. And every time on launch, it's going to check if that file exists, and if it does exist, it's going to load that data right back in. So let's get into the code. Demonstration of just the flow of the things I did. So we start with our list activity, which is basically my main activity. And you'll see that each one of my activities is accompanied by a fragment to populate the user interface. And I utilize each of my activities to handle all the logic. And then I utilize my fragments just for the UI and just to be populated. There's a few interfaces with listeners, but that's about it. So we start here. We load our user interface with that fragment. We send intent when we hit the add button to the add activity. And we send back the response, and it populates our list view. And then we have the choice of either adding more or clicking on the cell of the list view. When we click on that cell, we go to our view activity. And I ended up sending a whole bunch of stuff over just because I needed it to figure out, like here, I use my ID number for the position of the object in my array list. I have the object itself, so I can parse it out. It was kind of weird passing serializable objects. I found this to be the easiest way. So anyway, once we come here, we have share or delete, and you'll see those two methods here, share and delete. And I'll also show you, due to time constraints, I could have made this another class, but you'll see that every time we get an update to the array, we're saving it. Excuse me, that's where we're reading it. We are saving them here. Every time we get an update to that array, we save it. And in the beginning, we check to see if that save file exists on our local storage. And if it does, we load up and send that info in to populate the initial view. That's basically it. Super challenging. Again, felt like I wasn't going to make it through the week. Somehow finally pulled through. Oh, and also you can see my person object is serializable, which makes the saving possible. But that's it, guys. Another great week. See you next week. Bye-bye.